I'm the best and the #1 YouTuber, and there's no question, and no one can tell me otherwise. That's probably how I would sound if I had a God complex, but I am probably quite opposite, where I am very, very, very self-conscious about my content in my channel. But we keep on going because we keep having fun, and it's kind of turned into a job for me. So we got to keep it going. 9 to 5, baby. Oh, yeah. What's up, everyone? It's your boy, Matt Diazable, coming at you with a new music review. Thanks for coming on by. I appreciate it. You the best. Today, I am checking out the latest release from a band called God Complex with their latest EP called He Watches in Silence. If you've never heard of the band God Complex, they are a metalcore / deathcore band based out of Merseyside. Oh, I think that's how you say it. Somewhere out in the UK. They started back in 2017 and were known for being a very electric and like heavy band in live performances, doing some touring here and there, some shows. But a while back, I can't really see when, but I think probably around probably like 2020, 22, something like that. They went on hiatus for a while and they came back in 2024 and they just dropped this new EP in 2025 with the record label SharpTone Records. So it seems like they are making a comeback, and I gotta say, it's a pretty big comeback from what I can see, because I've never heard about this band, clearly from my description of the band. I found them on Spotify, just like a random suggestion. I was like, boom, new band to check out. Got to review it. So that's where I got my info on this band. And I got to say, thoroughly impressed from what they made with this EP. And it seems like they went with some new producers. And, you know, for the most part, it's showing the band's evolution from what they've been saying. And if this is where the band is going, I got to say, I'm down for it. And from what I can tell, this latest EP from God Complex, He Watches in Silence, it feels like just an amazing, blistering showcase of just controlled chaos. This release has a really good balance of, you know, suffocating riffs, infectious grooves, and raw atmosphere with a lot of surprising variety that, you know, threw me off when I was listening to it, but in a good way, where I was like, oh, okay. Oh, all right, that's pretty good. And in just 5 tracks, the band is able to deliver something that is quite, you know, equal parts punishing while also being quite memorable. The opening track, Salt and Ash, kind of sets the tone with a very distorted acoustic intro before dropping into something completely different. And then it kind of swells into a snare driven, you know, build before collapsing into a mix of like punk and death metal infused playing. Like I said before, the riffs, they're quite suffocating. The bass, thick and just punishing, and the breakdown on every song, and particularly this song, just carry a very dirty, unrelenting weight to them. Lyrically, the song is quite bleak and pretty raw overall, you know, talking about, you know, different topics like anguish and despair. And that's like a main focus on this EP. There's a lot of like sad and just depressing topics on here. And as the EP goes along, you have the songs Deprived Idol and Bala's Trick, which I think I'm saying correctly. These particular songs really show God Complex sharpening their edge. Deprived Idol really thrives on tight interplay between the guitars and the drums. Blast beats combined with the eerie guitar lines really give it a very distinctive and very balanced feel to it. And then you got some very disgustingly groovy breakdowns that really give the song both a brutal and dynamic feel to it. Bala's Trick kind of like leans more into just traditional death metal aesthetics, almost, you know, mimicking and / emulating the Black Dahlia murder, especially in terms of the shrill vocals here and the crushing riffs. And the overall backbone of this particular song has a more of a simpler but groovier rhythmic feel to it. Even when the band kind of pulls back a little bit, there's still a density to their songs that never lets up. And I was really surprised at how, you know, catchy this song is. It's like, you know, the catchiness kind of just creeps up on you without ever really undercutting the heaviness that the band is bringing. And then the song The Judge might be their most aggressive song because they waste no time, because they just rip on in with some really dense riffs, fast and groovy drumming, and it just really shows how like immediately aggressive this band can be. And then the final song, Flooded Lungs, really shows off the drum work here, and it's possibly the most infectious and groovy drums on the entire EP. The rhythms from the drums here really just, show how dominating and just how devastating they can sound. The riffs are slamming hard here. And then the band kind of transitions into some like doom-soaked like metal, and it's really cool how the band is able to stretch their variety and overall like atmosphere they're building here without ever really losing that density, that weight they built over the time. That's the thing about a lot of the songs on here. Every track has something that just like blows you away in terms of like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's different. Wasn't expecting that. They are able to make things very, very, very refreshing and engaging. And overall, it's a bleak and crushing finale that leaves the listener very suspended in like the band's darkness. And the pure heaviness that the band is bringing here isn't the only thing that is working for them here. It's great, the heaviness is there, but there's more to it. Even though I will say, the production, sharp, the riffs, thick, the drumming, consistently snapping. It's just really cool how God Complex can inject groove and variety on every track. Like when they have some filthy breakdowns that just spiral into some doom metal territory, or blast beats that give way to some really nice two-step patterns that just transition really nicely. Every moment feels well earned, and it also feels just perfectly timed. And so this newest EP from God Complex, He Watches in Silence, is a band, definitely, they're not just writing heavy music, they're sculpting it, they're shaping it, they're making it something that is very different from what's going on in the scene. Simply, this EP is brutal, it's groovy, and it's unflinchingly bleak. It's a very, very dark EP. And I gotta say, every time I was listening to like every track on here, there was always like a moment like, are they gonna go to generic route? Are they gonna switch it up a little bit? They always kept me on my toes. It was a very engaging listening experience, and I'm never always trying to find bad things in things I review. I'm probably always trying to lean towards good things that I'm trying to find. And it just, this EP, these songs, they kept impressing me. And like, I was just like, this is all good. They've made good structures. They're playing well here. Very tight, good production. I really couldn't feel or hear any flaws or anything that made me not want to listen to it again and again and again. It was just a perfectly good album or EP. So I got to say, God Complex, He Watches in Silence. I got to give it up to the boys. They did a great job. 10 out of 10. Links down below. Tell me what you think about this EP. Some other bands I should check out. Until next time, guys. See you in the pit. Good things about you. Cool and warm. Good things about you.